What's up, everybody? Um, I was trying to wait until I watch a few more episodes just to get my overall thoughts, but since I watched pretty much close to it, so I feel like I should give at least a little review about it. Um, the shows in question is the anime called One Piece. Now, back when it used to air on I believe Cartoon Network. I was all about it. I was watching it for a bit, but then I fell off a bit when they stopped airing it. But now since since I've been catching up with it, picking up back on it, watching it online and whatnot, seeing that it's like basically one of the longest animes that I ever watched. Because right now, as of today, I believe it's like 615 episodes deep, and it's still continuing. And right now, I'm right about 486. So yeah, I'm pretty much up there right now. So I thought I can give at least a little tiny bit review. Now I'm gonna try my damnest hardest to not give out spoilers and spoiler alerts. But if I do, please forgive me because I really wasn't trying to spoil it for nobody. I'm really just trying to give out information about it so people can they actually who never watched it in their lives. Now, the rundown is this: is basically the big ass pirate area is like an era of pirates. Um, one legendary pirate decided he got captured finally after he already went seeked around the world, got one of the like greatest treasures from every other from pretty much, and he one little one thing called One Piece. That's what the title comes from. It's like this great grand treasure. And before he got caught, I guess he hid it away somewhere in the world. And before his execution, he told everybody that that it's out there. So for people who wasn't pirates, decided to become pirates, and those who was already pirates decided to go and seek out to look for this treasure. Now I'm guessing the treasure's at an area where it's the most dangerous part at, and then I guess most people doesn't make it out there alive. They don't come back alive. They go there to their deaths pretty much. So then we follow the protagonist, which is Monkey Luffy, which is Luffy for short, or Straw Hat, which his enemies mostly call him. He decides that he wants to be the Pirate King. Now, the Pirate King is supposed to be whoever gets this treasure. I'm assuming is automatically going to become Pirate King. So he's on his way to go look for this treasure himself. Now he starts off. Pretty much gets like little by little he gets a crew, and then he gets and goes out there and sells. Now the thing that caught my eye the most is the way this crew uh like take care of each other. Now, I look at it as a real life perspective. Like, normally when you just started to make friends, you're not gonna automatically get this bond where if a comrade dies or he's on his way to die, like you gotta avenge him and go like I'm gonna go and kill this person that harmed you so much, or if something like happened where um one decides whatever. Like everybody's like, no, what you doing? We love you, we miss you, come back, what you doing? Like, Like you start to feel like you're part of the crew yourself, even though you're not technically there. But if you keep an open mind, like what most animators like to do is like keep an open mind and pretend like they're part of this journey, even though they're not technically there. But you kind of see the love and the bond that they all share together as a crew. Um, they have this little thing called the devil fruits, which makes, depending on which one you eat, it gives you abilities. Now, those who got abilities, they do this thing. I'm not gonna even go because I'm not trying to spoil anything. I'm not even trying to spoil what Luffy has. You know what I mean? So I'm really trying to like make sure you get the grasp of it. Now they call these things devil fruits for a reason. Now their only weakness is pretty much that if they go into the sea or the ocean, whatever you want to call it, they pretty much a big ass boulder that you just drop down there. Like, you know what I mean? They just sunk down there and they're pretty much powerless. That's pretty much their main weakness. Despite from their other abilities that you might can decipher yourself and see what their weaknesses are. Um, so with that being said, like various types, various abilities out there. And the way I like about this particular anime is that they get bounties on their heads and they get chased by the military, which is, you know, aka Marines, aka the Navy, whatever you want to call them. Um, so based on how powerful they are and how many powerful enemies or powerful people that they taken out themselves, they raise the bounty. The higher the bounty, that means, oh shit, this motherfucker is dangerous. If he comes around being like, oh, I got a $700 million, well, I shouldn't say dollar. It's referred to berries instead of dollars. Berries on their heads. That pretty much shows everybody, the whole world, that this motherfucker is dangerous. If you're not powerful, step up to them, step the fuck back. Not that you're that strong enough to take out a $700 million berry bounty motherfucker. Um, Now, as far as Luffy's crew goes, you know, he always has a member that specializes in something. Like, there's a swordsman that can fight. You know what I mean? He needed a cook, he needed a doctor, he needed a navigator, he needed a historian, he needed a musician, he needed a mechanic. You know what I mean? So everyone had their own little special aspects into this crew that he made for himself to go out there and get the One Piece. Now, as far as the rest of the crew goes, they're not really after the One Piece. Everyone has their own agenda on following Luffy's crew, Luffy himself, I mean, and tries to, you know what I mean? And they feel like by following him, they'll get their goals meet. And once their goals are meet, then they'll probably help Luffy with his goal. So as the story progresses, you start to see a little bit of everybody's background, everybody's history, and what they're trying to look for into looking like as for their goals. Make sure everybody is happy, make sure they're good, and they take care of each other. They make sure they're good, even though they fight, even though they may have their differences. But when it comes down to it, when it comes to the nitty gritty of the whole thing, they make sure that they're okay. Like if they're hurt, they heal them. Like, you know what I mean? They make sure they're good, and that's the main, very good aspect of what I liked about the anime so damn much is because they have this bond, and you get to feel it. Like for those who never watched it, I guarantee you're gonna come across one of Luffy's crew, and you're gonna sympathize. You gotta sympathize with that person, no matter who it is. Once you get the backstory and what they're trying to achieve, you're gonna root for your character, like your favorite character of the whole thing. Now, yeah, I guess I'm gonna probably do a slight spoiler because I want to express this enough, right? Now, one of his crewmates is which is the swordsman, right? He's aimed to be the number one swordsman in the world, which I feel like, oh shit, yeah, I like swords. You know what I mean? I like anything that has to do with swords. Like, you know what I mean? Whether I'm playing an RPG, whether I'm watching something that samurai, ninjas, whatever. Yeah, I kind of like that kind of aspect. So I try like try to root for this guy because he's like basically one of my main favorite characters. I think I like him better than Luffy, to be totally honest with you. Um, as far as his bounty goes to like second place underneath. You can tell like he's um when he come across a certain person that put him in his place, he basically, he wasn't crying like a bitch, but he basically was like, he was upset that he lost, and he was like, listen, man, Luffy, man, I'm your first mate or whatever, but I'm gonna make sure that I will never ever lose a battle ever again. And since that fight, he basically never lost. Even when there's times where he was like down and out, and he's on his way out, get ready to die, whatever. Somehow, some way, he finds a way to, press through until he comes across this particular guy again that he lost to, and who fights a better fight than what he did previously. Now, he's my favorite character. I love him to death. Like, to me, he's a beast. Like, every time he fights somebody, I like to root for him. I like to watch that episode like deeply, just because I like his backstory. I like what he's trying to accomplish. You come across, like, what I mean, the other characters, like, I like some of them, but not as much. So with that being said, out of 10, like, I would give this particular anime at least an 8.5, just because it can die down a bit, stories from the characters, or certain fillers that, now don't get me wrong, I don't mind filler if it had something to do with the main story. Like, if there's a little side character and they're trying to introduce it into the anime somehow, then yeah, I don't mind it, because then they don't have to explain the shit when the character comes to light. We already know the backstory, we already know what the new character is trying to do, and you know what I mean, they can just focus on the story. When it's this little sideline that has nothing to do with the story, I don't like it. And that's pretty much what they have here. At least two fillers, I think, that I seen that I didn't really like because it had nothing to do with the story. But all the other fillers, I didn't mind it because it had something tied into the story. Um, as far as openings and endings go, I never liked any of the, and particularly never even tried to listen to the endings, to be really honest with you. But as far as the openings go, I like opening number 5 and opening number 12 as of right now, as of so far. Because I kind of like the upbeat, towards it. I like the upbeat because it gets you amped. It gets you like, all right, I'm getting ready to watch this nice, good ass episode, or upbeat showing in the opening. So like, it's like foreshadowing. So you like, all right, you about to go into this fucking fight, and every fight that they come across, you feel it. You feel the pain. You feel when they get hurt. You feel when they're down. You feel when they're up. You feel when they're fucking get ready to kick some ass. That's what I really like about it too. I like the fight scenes, but it could drag a little bit in between that when they're trying to go from place to place. That's the only thing I really would say. That's why I give it an 8.5 rating. But as far as the fight scenes, I like those a lot. Besides the character developments, that would be the next big thing I like about the anime, is the actual fights. Um, yeah, so you watch it to really get into it. Now, I recommend you at least watch a good the first 30 episodes, maybe 30 to 40 episodes before you throw it away. You know what I mean, or you discard it from your library, whatever. Because it actually is a slow start in the beginning, but when you start seeing it rolling, then it gets better. Now, like I said, it's the longest anime that I ever seen even aired, because compared to other animes I watch, I always see a good 300, a good 400. I prefer it to like at 5, 600, and then I believe 700 chapters in the manga, like 750, I think. Then then you see that it can continue on, and obviously it's like one of the top shonen ever, because obviously it's continuing on. It's running, and people still watching it, people still enjoying it, people still want to know what happens next within each new episode that they watch. Now, that's all I gotta say about it. Like it's a very good anime to watch, and it's I wouldn't say it's too uh gorific. It's not gorific at all, but it has blood in it. It has some blood. It has some swearing in there, some language. So yeah, it's not really for kids, but it's not for kids. I wouldn't think because in between because it can get rough, but it's also soft enough where I would say teenagers or preteens can actually watch it and not get flack from parents. So yeah, I would guarantee it to anybody because it actually is a good anime. I thought it wouldn't be as great as it would be, but it keeps getting better and better with each new arc. So I would definitely pick it up. I would definitely watch it. So on that note, I'll leave y'all to it. Just check it out. If y'all don't like it, it is what it is. Peace out.